I'm feeling good. We're getting into the ACC play, so the meat and potato of the schedule. But I'm feeling really good right now, so I'm excited for this week against Georgia Tech, and looking forward to winning this game. So,
Austin, coming from Georgia, does this game against Georgia Tech sort of carry a little extra oomph for you since they're the old rivals?
Not really. I'd say. I think every game carries oomph for sure. But this game, I know a lot of their team, like a lot of their players in their roster, because they came from South Georgia and places such as Wayne County, Waycross, Georgia, and stuff like that. So I'd say it definitely means a lot to me because I know a lot of the guys over there, and I know they're going to be talking about this game for a little bit based on the outcome. So it does carry a little weight with it, I would say.
How healthy are you?
I'm healthy right now. Obviously, I was battling the ankle for a little bit, but I'm feeling great now. Sprained ankle is just something you got to play through the season with. It's something that's never going to go all the way away. But I'm just doing treatment on it and just taking care of my body. But I feel really good right now.
This is the first time you've had this kind of extended playing time every week. So what has been the challenge of taking care of your body and treating an ankle when it's a little bit bummed up?
Yeah, I'd definitely say finding that routine because obviously at Georgia, like I said, I didn't really play a lot from week to week, and I'm getting almost 80 snaps a game. So finding that routine of treatment, nutrition, hydration has been the key thing for me. I found that routine pretty quick after week 2, just finding out what I need to do to keep my body healthy. I think I've done a really good job of that. So I think that's one thing I need to keep doing as the season goes on, because obviously it's a long season. We got 12 games, but with the bye weeks, 14 weeks of practice. Just continuing on with that routine and just keep going.
I'm not sure if you're a guy who envisions forward and kind of projects in yourself how you think things might go. If you are, how is the first half of this season gone as being a starter and for you personally?
Yeah, for sure. There's been ups and downs. I've had good games, had okay games. I've had one bad game. But it's been awesome as my first year as a starter, just being around the guys, going out there and battling with them. It's nothing more you can ask for than, going out there and landing on the line with the guys every week in and out. So,
what was the bad game and what made it bad?
I'd say I didn't think I played very well against Duke. I think there were some little things that I could correct myself, and those are some things I really emphasized last week. That's what I really, and I'm focused on this week too, of course, just because I can always get better at those little things. But I went into Pitt last week feeling very confident. I feel like myself, I played a better game. But there's, like I said, there's always little things I can work on and get better at, like steps, hands. So that's what I'm focused on this weekend.
Coach Brown said the same thing. He said he thought you guys played a lot better against Pitt than you had against JMU and Duke. It seems like you're in the same boat, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think like the O-line as a whole, I think we're starting to find our groove now. And we had 4 new stars up there. The only returner was Will Lampkin. And he's been doing a great job this year so far, being a leader through his actions and vocally. I think as a unit we're starting to gel together now, and you can see it like week by week how much better we're getting. So,
Austin, when you look at Georgia Tech's defensive line on film, what are some of the things to you that stands out? What do they do well, and just the challenges they present? Yeah,
I think they strike blockers very well. We game planned for one of their dudes last year was at Georgia, so I know a little bit about him. The other guy, obviously he's a transfer from Penn State, so I know a little about him, but they're both big guys who strike blockers really well. They will try to work moves in the pass rush, so we got to be ready for that. Just make sure we're not leaning on our punch in anything. But they're 2 good interior guys, and even the backups are serviceable. So they have some good quality interior guys, and I'm looking forward to playing them this Saturday.
Yeah, and then kind of going a little bit off of what Mike was asking you, obviously, about the progression of the O-line. I guess what on Saturday specifically do you feel worked for guys for you, particularly in the past game? You guys only give up the 1 sack, at the end. I guess on Saturday, what do you feel were some of the things that you guys were doing well?
I think Saturday, our communication was a lot better. It starts with me at the center. I'm the shot caller, making all the calls, telling people what to do. But I really try to emphasize that during the week. And I think our run game steps took a big leap. It's one thing that Coach Clement emphasized with us this week is, working on run steps. And it's something we're going to work on every week, but last week we really emphasized it. And I think you can see it from the Duke game to the Pittsburgh game, how much better we were in our run steps.
It's a long time since we talked to you in January, I guess it was, or February, whatever when we had our first get together. But if I'm remembering correctly, wasn't Georgia Tech one of the two choices for you in the transfer portal?
They were, they reached out to me and they wanted me to play more tackle than anything.
I remember you saying that.
And I think Georgia Tech's a great program. I think that Coach Key's doing a great job over there. But obviously it wasn't the right fit for me, so.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, right, like you told us then, it was center who had decided you felt like that was the avenue to try to continue your career.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah. So still think center's the right I still think that was the right move. I love Carolina. As long as I'm here, I'm gonna bleed Carolina blue. So that's the big thing with me. So.
Talking about bleeding Carolina blue, you're giving yourself a hard time for the Duke game. Were you not in a lot of pain that day? I mean, you were limping through that thing.
I was. It's football. You just got to play through pain. I shouldn't have been limping. I shouldn't have showed because that's just the opportunity for the other team to tee off on you a little bit. But there's no excuse to not have a good game. People play with sprained ankles all the time. I think I still could have played better. I mean, if you're hurting, you're hurting, but you got to get up and get ready for the next play. So.
For the offensive line, things change a little bit depending on who the quarterback is because everybody moves differently. Everybody's got their little nuances. Are you guys at a point now where you're pretty comfortable with Jacoby and kind of what he is back there and the way he rolls and different things you guys have to do with him as opposed to the other two?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is what our third week with Jacoby, fourth week coming up, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not.
This will be his fourth.
Yeah. But he's definitely came in and taken over and has done a great job with looking at protections, seeing coverages and stuff. He's really came in and been a vocal leader as well. Just saying, hey, I'm the guy, let's roll. We're gonna, no matter what happens, we're gonna keep rolling. No matter what scoreboard says, we're gonna keep rolling and keep playing. And that's been the big thing in the game. He's really been there saying, hey, let's keep going. No matter what scoreboard says, we still got to play football. At the end of the day, I trust Jacoby to get the job done. I'm around with him. He's getting around with me. So.
Also, as a team, from a team-wide standpoint, how do you turn this thing around?
We just got to come in with that blue-collar mentality. We're going to come in and work every day. That's got to be the mentality. There's no secret to it, no special sauce. We just need to come in and work and, find out what's not working for us and, what does work for us and emphasize on things that do work for us and grow the things that don't. But I think that's where we're at right now as a team. We should continue to come in every day and work, and that's all we can do. Don't worry about the game that's ahead. Each week, not worry about what's happening. Not worry about being 3-3, and now worry about going 1-0 this week. So I think that's the big emphasis that we're worried about right now.
Is this a difficult thing to try to do? It's not like it's the end of the season where you have a whole off season to try to correct things. You're trying to do it on the fly. Is it a difficult thing to try to do, week to week when things aren't going right?
Yeah, I'd definitely say so. Because like you said, you'll have the whole off season to correct what's going wrong. And right now we have a week. So it's definitely a big difference. But like I said, we're just trying to go 1-0 this week. Not really focus on what we need to fix, but not try to focus on anything long term we need to fix. But the stuff that we can fix short term, obviously, because you can't fix anything long term in a week. But yeah, it definitely is hard to fix some of those things when you only have a week to get ready for the next game. But I think the bye week is going to be a huge week for us as a team. Just coming together and realizing what we need to do and what we don't need to do. So,
Max says the approach of the staff is to show you guys how close you are. There's a few plays, you cut them out, you play great football, and the other 68, 70 snaps, whatever. Is it tough to sort of balance, we're that close, also with the frustration that, boy, if a couple of those things didn't happen, these games would have been different?
Yeah, for sure. So for all the games we've lost, I'd say, talking to the coach, about 12 plays. If we had backing differently, we probably win the game. But I try not to dwell on that too much because I keep saying we got to go 1-0 every week. So right now we're worried about Georgia Tech and playing a great game this Saturday, giving it all we got. And and I mean that's that. I'm trying not to dwell on the past right now. Like I said, we're 3-3, but we're trying to go 1-0 this week, and that's all we're worried about. We're worried about Georgia Tech and playing a great game Saturday.
How many games you lose at Georgia? Not many, I'm sure.
3.
3, 4, 5 maybe, or 4 years.
It's a different thing to get used to, not ripping off 7, 8, 9, 10 rings in a row.
Well, I'd say for sure, but I mean, my first years of high school weren't very successful, but I know college football and high school are different. But I know how to take criticism, and I know how to, be a part of a team that's not doing well and try to, bring energy and, keep the guys up. And, being in high school for my first few years, we weren't really good. My senior, we were pretty good. That kind of taught me how to deal with that, how to deal with an environment that's not being very positive. And I'm not saying we're not, but I'm just saying a team that's not doing as well as we should. Because I think we're still a great team. I think we have incredible guys here. But in Georgia, we didn't lose a lot of games, but it doesn't mean I don't know how to handle losses. And it's just part of life, and not even with football. Just going through stuff during your life. I mean, it teaches you how to deal with losses also on the football field. So, yeah.
What would you say, if I could get another one in?
That'll be it.
I'm not cutting anybody off. What would you say that maybe we or people that go watch these games at Kenan Stadium, what have you seen that maybe the rest of us don't in terms of the way Jacoby has grown the last couple of weeks as your quarterback? Like maybe from when he came in against Central or the JMU game to now, like what have you seen that maybe the rest of us don't?
Yeah, I think Jacoby's really. He's done a good job of being the leader. We go and work practice every day, and every time we get in that huddle, he's like, "Hey, let's do this, guys." Because practice is a day in and day out grind, and you have to have those leaders. Like Jacoby and myself go in there and tell the guys, "Hey, like it's a work day. Bring your lunch pail and let's get ready to have a great day of work." He's doing a great job of that, and really accepting the challenge of learning the playbook even more in depth, coverages, protections, when to flip protection, when to full slide it. So he's really accepted that challenge of trying to grasp the playbook as well as he can, especially coming in the summer, because he wasn't here with us in the spring to learn the ins and outs of what to do, what not to do. He's done a really good job of attacking every aspect he can to improve his team.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Austin.
Thank you, Austin.
Good stuff always.
Yeah.